Hello students, we'll start with the module number 4, that is center of gravity and moment of inertia. First we'll deal with this center of gravity, then we'll go back to the moment of inertia. So first you need to understand what is center of gravity. Okay, so for that better I'll take one example. So if I take this book, okay, you take this book, and if I place my hand exactly at this center, this book is standing very perfect, right? So if I keep my hand here, this will not, it will not be stable. What will happen? It will fall down. Why? Because when I am placing my hand, or when I am placing my hand at the exact center of this book, so what is happening? It is stable. So it means that center of gravity is nothing but point through which the weight of the body acts. Okay, so here this is the point through which the weight of the whole body is acting. Okay, so this is actually for 3 dimension. Okay, so even if you take a sphere also, and I think we have solved some problems, previous problems, like a sphere was there, and we have shown the weight of the sphere from the center. This is nothing but, this is a CG, center of gravity. Okay, so the whole mass of the body is acting through one point. That point we call it as a CG. This is denoted by the word G. Okay, so whereas centroid is nothing but, so if I take the area, if I take this book only, okay, this is the area, and the center of this area we call it as a CG, centroid. Okay, centroid. So centroid means, so if I take this book, so half of this here somewhere here, and half of this side somewhere here, so this is the point that we call it as a centroid. Okay, so for circle, if I take a circle, so this is the circle, and where the centroid of the circle will be there, this is the center from which we draw the circle. So that point we call it as a centroid. So you understood, right? So when you are talking about the weight of the body, okay, so that we call it as a center of gravity, when the point through which the whole weight of the body is concentrated, or through that point if the whole weight of the body acts, that point we call it as a center of gravity. Whereas for centroid, when we take an area, okay, so point at which the whole area of a plane figure is assumed to be concentrated, where the point of where the area of this circle is concentrated, it is at the center. If I take the rectangle, where it is concentrated, so half from this side and half from this side, this point we call it as centroid. Okay, so here centroid and center of gravity both are denoted by the word same G only. When we talk about the weight of the body, that we call it as center of gravity. When we are talking only about area, then we call it as a centroid. Any doubt here? Okay, let's go to this how we will get the this center of gravity of any diagram. Okay, so for that, first you need to understand this diagram. So you are saying here, so suppose let this be a one mass where I have divided A1, A2, A3, A4. Okay, so more the divisions you do, more accurate will be your answer. So what we'll do, so we calculate this A1, A2, A3, A4 up to AN. You can make as many as divisions you want. Okay, so I am taken this some area on which I want to find out this center for the whole area. So what I'll do first, I'll make n number of small areas whose areas are known. Okay, whose areas are known, and then I'll find out the CG of those. Suppose here for this diagram I have made 4 divisions, A1, A2, A3 and A4. So let G1, G2, G3, G4 be the centroid of these small areas. Suppose this is one area, and then G1 will be the centroid of this small area. Okay, similarly G2 is the centroid of this small area A2, G3 is the centroid of this small area A3, and G4 is the small area for this G4 is the centroid for small area A4. Okay, so and now we have found out, and let this x1 be the distance of this centroid of A1 from OI line, OI axis. Okay, and similarly x2, x3, x4 be the distance of the CG of the respective areas. Okay, so then suppose this is the point G where the centroid of whole figure is there. So let me take it as x. Okay, so what we have done, you can make as many as number of areas for a given diagram. Okay, so here for my easier reference, I have taken A1, A2, A3, A4, 4 areas only, and then I have found the centroids of those 4. Okay, so these are known areas and known centroids. So then I have calculated the distance from the OI axis with respect to OI axis with the distance of CG with respect to OI and G2 with respect to OI, that let them be x1, x2, x3 and x4. Okay, so now So what we need to do is, so suppose, so moment of area. What is moment? Moment is force into distance. So similarly here, moment of area I am saying, okay? Moment of whole area. So what is the whole area? Whole area is this one, okay? Let me consider this whole area as A, okay? So therefore, so what is the moment of whole area? Whole area is A, correct? And what is this? Whole area into X. This is the moment of whole area about OY. About OY. So here if I talk about this A, whole area A is equals to, I can also write it as A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus A4. So this can also write it as summation of A, or even I can write it as summation of AI. In some textbooks they have given it as AI, and some textbooks they have just given it as A. So let us go with this small this notation only, summation of A. So if I want to calculate the moment, that is sum of moments of small areas about OY axis. So then that is sum of moment is equals to sum of moment of small areas about OY axis. What are the small areas? A1, A2, A3, A4 are the small areas. And what is moment? Again force into distance. So A1 into x1, that is the moment generated by this A1 x1, A1 area, that is moment of small areas A1 x1. Similarly A2 x2, this is A2 and distance is x2 from the CG, and similarly A3 x3 plus A4 x4. So this is sum of moments of all areas. So that will also give the this will be equals to the moment generated by whole area, correct? So now we can equate this. Let me call this as equation 1, and so when I can reduce this or I can write it as summation of A into X. I can write it as summation of A into X, because this is nothing but what? Moment area into distance. Okay, so equating equation 1 and equation 2 now. Okay, equating equation 1 and equation 2. Equating equation 1 and 2. So what we get? So that is AX, or even what is AX? A is nothing but what? Summation of A. So I can write it AX equals to summation of A into X. Let me take it as X bar instead of X. Let me take it as X bar. Okay, so if I take it X bar, this will be X bar. Okay, so this will be equals to what? This will be this is equation 1, or even I can write it as summation of A into X bar. Summation of A into X bar. So here, which is equals to summation of A X. So if I want to calculate this distance X bar, which is equals to what? Summation of A X divided by summation of A. So this is with respect to OY axis. That is the horizontal coordinate. That is in X direction. What is the distance of CG from this reference line? Okay, so that we get it at X bar. Suppose if I want to calculate with respect to Y direction, what is the Y coordinate? What is this? I have calculated this X bar. Similarly, if I want this Y bar, similarly if I want to calculate this Y bar distance, what I have to do? Instead of making areas, okay, so here for the same areas, you now calculate this Y1, okay, and then this Y2, and then Y3, and then this Y4. You calculate, and then applying the same concept, okay, applying the same concept. Now I'll write here. So the moment generated by whole area, moment generated by whole area is equals to, again, what is the moment generated by whole area? Whole area is A. A is what? Summation of A. Okay, so that is summation of A into Y bar. Okay, summation of A into Y bar, and the moment generated by small areas. Okay, so moment generated by small areas, moment generated by small areas about OX axis. Okay, that is about OX axis. So here also about OX axis only. So this one I can write it as A1 into Y1, A1 into Y1 plus A2 into Y2 plus A3 into Y3 plus A4 into Y4. Okay, so this I can write it as summation of A into Y. Correct? Or I can write it as AI YI. Also some textbook they have written as AI YI. So that I will not write. I'll just write it as A into Y. Summation of AY. They are same in a bracket. Okay. So now again equating this equation 3 and 4. Equating equation 3 and 4. So again if you substitute here, so we get Y bar is equals to I'll write here. So equation 3 and 4. So we get Y bar is equals to summation of AY by summation of A. So this is for with respect to y coordinate. We are getting the y coordinate of this G. Okay. So if you remember these two equations, then you can solve any given diagram. Okay. For any given diagram, you can easily able to divide any given diagram into known areas, and then you know the CG of those known areas. Okay. Then you can easily find out the centroid of the any figure. Okay, so this is very simple. So what you need to remember? You need to remember just these two equations. What are those? X bar is equals to what? A into summation of A into X divided by summation of A, and Y bar is equals to summation of A into Y by summation of A. This summation of A is nothing but what? The whole area. Okay, so whole area. So if I take one diagram, suppose this is one rhombus, okay, to which I want to calculate the CG. I don't know where exactly it will come. So assume let me this come here. Okay, so now I have to give coordinate to this X and Y, like X and Y I have to give to this G. So from where normally we give is, we take the bottommost point of the given figure. So this is the bottommost point of the given figure, and leftmost point, this is the leftmost point, so we draw one more vertical line here. Okay, so these two are, we call them as the axis of reference. This is X and this is Y. Now with respect to this O point, we give the coordinate XY for this given rhombus. Suppose there is one more diagram like this. Suppose there is one more diagram. Okay, this is one diagram. So what we do is, which is the bottommost point? This is the bottommost point. So we'll draw one line here. This is the bottommost point, and this is the leftmost point, right? So I'll draw one more line. Now we'll calculate the CG for this diagram. So it may come somewhere here. I don't know exactly where it will come. So let me assume it will come somewhere here. So now the coordinate of this X, this point XY. Okay, that is X bar Y bar. Here also they are X bar Y bar. Okay, so this is X direction, this is Y. So the values of these are given with respect to these two lines. So they are called as axis of reference. Some in exam sometimes they will give one diagram, okay, and then they will ask you to they will only give the axis of reference like this. So they will give one X, they will write it as OX, and then they will ask you to calculate the what is the CG of this point, where is the CG of this point. So you may get somewhere here, and then you have to consider this point when they are given. If they are not given, you need to consider the axis of reference like this only. Okay, so when we will be solving more problems, this concept will be clear, very even more clear. Okay, we will come to know clearly about this axis of reference. So this is about axis of reference.